It's your favorite antisocial extrovert, your favorite aqua black boy, Blake, mother loving Dupree, back at it again with another Diary of Dupree video installment BQC episode. I don't know, probably 45 or 43. But today we are reviewing Tinashe's sequel project to her BB Angel project that came out last year, Quantum Baby. And I've already listened a couple times. These are my notes. And might I say, Tinashe, you're doing just fine, baby girl. But before we get into all things Nashe nasty, I want to remind you that if you're new to my channel, welcome aboard. I reciprocate energy, so follow me, subscribe, like, comment. I'll do the same thing to whatever platform or whatever you got going on as best to my ability as I can. My name is Blake Dupree. I'm an artist, actor, host, content creator. Follow me on my socials. I love the support I'm receiving and all them type of things. But I don't want to hold y'all too long because this could be a lengthy or short review. I do have notes. The project itself was only about 10 or 11 songs, and it was a sequel to BB Angel that came out last year, Quantum Baby. And I feel like Tinashe put this record out because she had some songs in the drafts that, didn't make the cut of her last project that came out last year. And with the success of Nasty Girl being the hit viral sensation that it still is to this day, even though it came out months ago, she needed to capitalize off that momentum, capitalize off that clout. And I'm not mad at it because at the end of the day, yes, we are artists, but we are all victims of capitalism and we are all in a business at the end of the fucking day. So not only has she released this album, she's also going on tour again. And she just was on tour, I want to say this year. She was on tour this year. So Tinashe will be touring twice in 1 year. I saw her in February. Amazing. I've seen her in 2021. Now, that was the best concert. The 333 tour, that shit was sold out in Chicago both nights. And I was blessed to be front row of night 2 or night 1. I want to say either way, baby girl knows how to perform. Tinashe is definitely the top 5 in my concerts. And that means a lot because I've been to 30 plus concerts within the past 6 or 7 years. But she definitely stole a number 5 position when she came to Chicago for the first time in 2021. 2023, it was very earthy, very ethereal, very simple, very minimalistic. I enjoyed it still, but there was nothing like the 333 tour. That was hands down the best tour. But I don't want to talk about tours too much. Let's talk about the reviews from Quantum Baby. Now, the first track, No Stimulation, I love the vocal stacking and lyrical correlation between finding true love in the digital age and its impact on how hard it is to decipher the real from the fake on social media. Boy, don't I know. As somebody who just had a dating phase and it ended with a nigga stealing his phone because he turned out to be a criminal, stalker, and aspiring extortioner. Yeah, deciphering the real between the fake is definitely 10 times harder with apps like BOK, Tinder, Grindr, Jacked, Bumble, Christian Mingle, Farmer's Choice. Shit ain't easy. It is not simple as just go to a bar, meet somebody. First off, I'm black and I'm queer. Not a lot of bars for black and queers where you can just meet a motherfucker. Progress, yes, in some other bars. I have met some. But it's so much simpler getting on an app, being a dumbass, matching with somebody, and then they rob you. Anyways, I digress. Anyway, the intro track to this record reminds me of the intro track to TLC's Fan Mail record. And it reminds me of that because with the audio clip of the interview leading into the next song is the same format as TLC's Fan Mail intro track, doing the same thing. And basically the songs do talk about the same topic, finding love in the digital age, and how that is not an easy feat. Way back when in 2000, when they was just sending emails and AOL messages, it wasn't easy then. Imagine how more complex it is for us to now find something genuine, not even just love, but finding a genuine connection on the internet when everything is about the facade. And speaking of TLC, while I'm on the topic, Miss T-Boss from TLC is in the hospital, and we wish her nothing but the best. Saw TLC back in the day, about 2021, and I've been a fan of them since I was a child. T-Boss, now if you die, I'm gonna kill you. So go ahead and heal, girl. We understand that lupus has been affecting you. Sickle cell has been affecting you for years. Take your time, but we just want you here on this earth. Okay? We not, all right. Anyways, now the record itself is a little too short. However, I do like it. I've never heard a Tinashe song while she was independent and not enjoyed it. When she was with their label, no shade. I was giving chops left and right. On to track 2, Getting No Sleep. Big ass house, got all this space. And I wonder if Tinashe still lives with her mama and daddy. Because when she dropped that lyric, it instantly reminded me of the time that she used to go viral back in like 2015, 2014 when she first got like that clout, and how she was like, yeah, I bought this Lamborghini, but I love my mom and dad because she's like, I'm always touring. and bitches was hating on her. But now the economy has it set to where everybody got to live with their mom and dad. So you better splurge on a new car because you're not gonna be able to afford a decent place, baby. You can't even afford a place in the motherfucking hood, girl. Enjoy that $1,500 studio in the middle of ML King, okay? Now I like this one because it's got a catchy ass chorus. It's a little too short as well. That's all I'm gonna say. And straight out the gate, the vibe of the two songs reminds me of her Night Ride project. Like it feels like a Night Ride Part 2, like Night Ride aged with fine wine. And shout out to the Tinashe fans who remember Night Ride. You know, I love the chord progression at the second chorus, and Tinashe knows how to ride a mother loving beat. And I've noticed that a lot of West Coast R&B artists, they know how to ride a beat like the West Coast rappers. They know how to ride a mother loving beat, and I wonder why that is because Kehlani does it really well. Tinashe does it really well as well. I'm sure Dustin Colorado, I like the way he rides beats, and he's from the West Coast. So I don't know. Is that like a thing that a requirement in y'all public school systems? Like you got to know how to ride a beat if you can sing. Let me know something. Maybe I should have been reborn and moved to California. Shame on my parents for not believing me. 30 makes me want to go to a futuristic strip club, make some e-coins, and grab a stripper 10-piece. Tinashe is the queen of blending ethereal beats with the West Coast flow and turning the record into gold. Thirsty is my favorite so far because it emulates that sound that she had when things was just popping off for her 10 years ago with her mixtapes. Back in the day when she was a hungry artist making mixtapes like Midnight Sun, Blackwater, In Case We Die, Riviera, and just there's a stage in life when you're just hungry. From like 19 to 25, I want to say, there's a hustle in you that I don't think you will ever emulate again in your life. Some of my favorite artists made some of their best projects between 19 years old and 25. Like some of the greatest albums of all time were produced for that age range from artists. Like damn, I think about Aaliyah. Some of her best work was made. Beyonce made B-Day around 24, I want to say. Amy Winehouse made her first album around 25 to 26, I want to say. Bruno Mars, Rihanna made some of her best work during that age range from 19 to 25. Something about that age range, it just puts a natural hunger into you. But not really an ad for me, but not a bad song. Oh, sorry, wrong record. I was talking about Red Flags, so I guess we should go there. Thirsty is getting an ad. Red Flags is not, because it gives me that pop Tinashe that I was not the biggest fan of when she got signed. It still does feel more authentic to her dark emo signature sound, but it just reminds me of a bad time to be a Tinashe fan. So I'm not really adding it, but it ain't a bad record. It just ain't for me. On to Cross That Line, and this record just makes me want to go to the Grand Canyon. I can't explain it. Like Tinashe has this signature ethereal, airy fall autumn sound that makes you just want to get high in an apple orchard or some shit. And overall, I think this album is a perfect seasonal transition for the summer to fall period. And I like the fusion of the Jersey bass and the West Coast blues. In the record, she sings about a fantasy she has every time she's with the guy, with him and her having a family in the back seat. Lord, do I do that? Lord, do I romanticize every nigga that gives me the smallest amount of attention in my head? It's such a red flag. She's scared that if she tells him about it, she'll be crossing a line that won't come back. And I deeply appreciate her vulnerability in the record. And it's definitely getting an ad from moi. It sure is. And now we go on to When I Get You Alone. Now, this is the record that makes you want to twerk alone in your room after you get that text from your number one nigga on your roster. And I love the beat transition at 2 minutes and 28 seconds. It kind of makes you want to switch that twerk to a two-step. Dreamy vocals and a decent beat. Boom, there's Tinashe. Dreamy vocals, decent beat. I give you Tinashe. That's the formula for that girl, and it's given her quite the cunty fan base, if I say so myself. On to No Broke Boys. Now, this is definitely another pop Tinashe record, and I'm not mad. It's definitely better than Red Flags. She says, I'm out here single, tell me what's the deal, and now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel. The chorus eats, I'm not gonna lie. Who I do wish was on this record was my girl, JT, and I need her on it now. Because she's on tour, you about to go on tour. We need to cross that, black suburban girl with the black hood girl and just get y'all on the same record so y'all can mix the demographics up and the black alt girls up. Because both y'all kind of give black alt girl, just in two different genres. Yes. Both y'all definitely give kind of like black alt girl. So I think y'all should capitalize off that. Now, I do think Tinashe would need that collab more than JT when it comes to numbers and capital at the moment. But artistically, JT can learn a lot of things from Tinashe in that studio. No shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. So as we know, the last track on the album is Nasty. Y'all know I really don't review singles like that when it comes to reviewing overall album. Y'all know Nasty Girl. Everybody knows the song. I think it was perfect for that 10-year mark of 2-1, just revitalizing Tinashe's relevancy in mainstream media because it was well deserved. She's given us consistency. She's given us creativity for over 10 plus years now. I remember listening to Tinashe when I was like 10 when she was in the Stunners. So that's 14 years in the game. So overall, I think it's a solid sequel to Quantum Baby. However, if I'm being honest, I would be lying if I said that it's a better album than BB Angel because it's not. Maybe that's not her goal to top previous projects, and she's kind of in a state in her career where she does not have to do so. She's has her solid fan base. Every time she tours, she's selling out at least 5 of those shows, and a strong list of successes. And she's still pretty young for somebody not even 35. I mean, 2.5 Men. She did Polo Express as a kid. She was in independent films as a kid. She was in a group. She got 2 on. She has so many beautiful, beautiful independent projects, some of which she made in her bedroom of a parents' house that were heard across the world. And she's booked some of the biggest stages like Lollapalooza and Coachella and Glastonbury in the future. I'm manifesting that for her. But Tinashe, she doesn't have to be the HBIC to be content within her artistry. And I appreciate and respect that so much because too many people aspire to have that #1 spot when you can just be the #1 within your own world, live your life, doing what you want to do and be successful. Now, what I will say is if I go on this tour, girl, and I see part two to what I saw this year and I pay them coins, I will be disappointed. But I doubt I'm going to see that because I've seen Tinashe twice and she puts a lot of time and dedication into her touring just as much as she does her products. Well, we have products and projects. So I wish her nothing but the best. This was overall an ad for me. Great album. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I'm excited to her next full length project because honestly, nothing is beating Songs for You. That was a motherfucking album. That was your best work. Songs for You was your best work. Oh my gosh. And that was your best tour, the 333 tour. Love Tinashe. Also, love you guys. Peace and blessings to you all. Remember to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I am that. Whatever that is for you, whether you want to be that toaster, that Honda Civic, that hang on the wall mirror, that pot of flowers, that bitch, that Negro. Hey, as long as you know that you can do it, you are it, baby. So until next time, baby, peace and blessings. Blake Dupree.
You, hey, bitch, you right here. Shut up, that talk.